Okay. Okay. Welcome, everyone. One thing the angels and God has asked me to do is to give everyone hope, to help you all to open your hearts as much as possible and allow that hope in, and to pray as often as you can, because you must remember, prayer can move mountains. Miracles happen every day. And for Ukraine and Russia and for the rest of the world, we have to inspire that hope. We have to open our hearts and let that hope out. And the angels are working really, really hard. I have millions of angels. God's angels are in the Ukraine and even in Russia itself as well, because there is many, many good people in that country. But we've got to pray as well to help Putin and all of the leaders of the world to come together and sort out, for us all to go forward, and for Putin to go back into his own country and not to feel so fearful or whatever way he's feeling at the moment. There is just, how would I say, I suppose I will use my hands, but God has said to me that allow yourself to see the hope inside of your chest here, and allow that hope and that love and that light to just open your heart and to go out into the world in every way. And for us not to judge, to have as much faith as possible, compassion, love, and pray for peace, because peace is really, really needed. I don't want, how would I say, it to get worse. I don't want anyone else to have to die or to suffer. And it's the same with all of yourselves. So spread the word. It's really important. Ask your friends, your family, even those who you work with, can they pray? Can they open their hearts and pray for the leaders of the world and for Putin? Because that's important, for his heart to open and for it not to be full of so much anger and hate or the greed of power in that way. And I would love you to join me in prayer as well. I think if everyone, when you wake in the morning and you give yourself even 2 seconds and you say, God, please help love to spread throughout the world, and I will be a chain in that link. And I believe we can do it, because one thing Archangel Michael said to me, and I know we don't have it in the world today as such, but every nation, every country, should not invade another country, because each nation has so much to give to the world. And I guess when we are attached to a particular part of the world, that fills us with so much, of who we are. That's where I come from. That's where my roots are. So I suppose that is something we have to remember. But maybe now you could join me in prayer to pray for Putin himself and the UN and all of the other countries in the world, that somehow the right decisions will be made and we'll come together and peace will come, and Putin and his army will go back to Russia, to their country, and be a great nation as all nations are, and a great people, but full of love and compassion and hope, and having such faith, and how would I say, embracing each other. We all embracing each other. But I'd love you to join me in the prayer of Archangel Michael first. And again, it doesn't matter, what religion you are. don't put up any barriers, and don't say I can't pray and I can't ask because you're a different faith, or you say to yourself, I don't believe in anything. Prayer gives us hope, and the angel of hope is in the world, and God has so many angels and so much light and love in the world today, just pouring from us all. So I'd love you all to join me in this prayer just now. So when you're ready, I give you a second. Prayer of thy healing angels, that's carried from God by the Archangel Michael. Pour out thy healing angels, thy heavenly host, upon the whole world, upon Russia and Ukraine and all of the people. Let them feel the beam of thy healing angel upon them, the light of your healing hand. I will let the healing begin, whatever way God grants. God bless us all. Amen. It's a very powerful prayer, and it is said all over the world. And I thank Archangel Michael for bringing the prayer, God's words. And I guess that's one thing we have to remember, is that we're not just human beings, we're spiritual beings, and we have that soul, and we have that love, and we have that hope. And just open our hearts now and let us send it in that way out into the world. But I will give the blessing now as well. I know I will be silent and it'll only take a moment or two, but I'm going to include this blessing not just for all of you who have joined here this evening, but in my silence, I'm going to include it for all the people in Russia and all the people in the Ukraine, and of course as well, all the people all around the world. So let's take a moment of silence and maybe just, take a deep breath and just let it out slowly. And I'm going to raise my hand now in a moment, and you can pray and ask for whatever you wish, but you know what I am praying and asking this blessing to be, to go out into the world now to give us all hope. God bless you all. And one thing I did ask for as well is for the whole world to be united in peace and love, because we need to unite ourselves in that way with our neighbours, even with our enemies, but we don't really have enemies. We just think that sometimes a neighbour is an enemy, but they're not really. I love them regardless. So again, in your prayer, try and put that little bit in, that we will all become united in love and hope and peace and compassion. God bless and love you all. Bye-bye.